Hey, would you like to know how to get perfect bright white and blue sky snow exposures instead of those dark gray ones you're more accustomed to? Well, stay tuned for the Sunny 16 rule.
Adorama TV presents You Keep Shooting with Brian Peterson, where you'll learn unique and creative techniques that will elevate your photography skills.
I don't know of any exposure challenge that is more greater than when shooting in the snow on a sunny day. Yet I also have one of the simplest of solutions on how you can every single time get a correct exposure and always record blue sky and white snow. It's real simple, and it's simply called this: the Sunny 16 rule. It's been around for over 50 years. Hi, I'm Brian Peterson, and you are watching Adorama TV. I'm here along Chicago's Lakeshore Drive, following another day of snow. Late afternoon, we've got, as you can clearly see, some wonderful long shadows. This is a strong indication that this is a front-lit scene. How do we expose for this? Surprisingly, it's a simple idea. In fact, we're not even going to look through the camera. What we're going to simply do is set an aperture of 16 and set my ISO to 200, and subsequently set my shutter speed also at a 200. Again, I'm not looking through the camera. I don't need to look through the camera because I know mathematically the calculations that were done 50 years ago about exposure without benefit of a light mirror still apply today. The Sunny 16 rule simply means this: when the aperture is at 16, the correct exposure for a front lit or a side lit scene on a sunny day, that's why they call it the Sunny 16 rule, the exposure is the same shutter speed of the ISO. 200 ISO, f16, front lit scene, 200th of a second, correct exposure. Again, I'm not going to look at the meter. You be the judge. Take a look. I line this up using the shadow of the tree as a wonderful leading line. Take a look at that photograph. It's a perfect spot-on exposure.
Hi, this is Brian Peterson, inviting you to check out Adorama's latest contest. This could be your chance to win some great prizes.
Now in this case, I'm going to shoot an actual exposure based on what the meter is going to guide me to be as a correct exposure. So I'm going to, again, shoot f16, and I'm going to adjust my shutter speed until my meter says correct exposure, which is at a 640th of a second. Take a look at that shot. Clearly, it's way too dark. Part of the problem is that your meter has been told at the manufacturers, hey, the world is 100% neutral gray. So the meter thinks everything should be gray. Subsequently, it takes colors like bright white and it makes them gray. That's what it's taught to do. The same thing happens when it shoots subjects like a black cat. It turns that cat into a gray cat because, again, it doesn't know how to register and meter correctly for dark subjects and bright subjects. Gray is what you'll always get. How do you get around that? The Sunny 16 formula. And I want to stress, the Sunny 16 is a starting point. Remember, f16 in this case at a 200th of a second is the correct exposure with 200 ISO. But if you don't need f16, maybe you only need 11, maybe you need 8, maybe you need 5, 6. Remember, that is one of 6 possible correct exposures. f16 at a 200th is the same exposure as f11 at a 400th, f8 at an 800th, and 5, 6 at a 1600th, and so on. So, it's a great tool to embrace. Impress your friends. The next time you're out shooting with them on a sunny day and they're shooting a front lit scene, ask them, I bet I know what your exposure is. Just tell me what the aperture is, and from that, you can deduce what their shutter speed would be based on their ISO. It's a cool little trick. Something else you needed to know. Hey, until next time, this is Brian Peterson saying, you keep shooting.
Do you want great looking prints at low cost? Be sure to visit our easy-to-use online printing service. Adorama Pix has professionals who treat your images with the utmost care that you can count on. For a quick turnaround on photos, cards, or albums, use AdoramaPix.com.